Bitcoin has absolutely continued to just shoot up. We have now broken pretty much all areas of resistance. We're in a little bit of a pullback right now. What I want to discuss with you guys is, are we moving up too quickly? Are we due for a bigger drop? And where are we going to the upside? I mean, hopefully that final question is going to be a pretty obvious one for you guys if you have been watching the YouTube channel, because I've been saying for a very long time that I've been expecting this $27,000, $28,000 range to be reached. And my primary reason for that, as you guys will know, is pretty much just because this area, on the way down, we had a very, very quick drop. We didn't have a chance to find any support on the way down. We didn't form any support on the way down. And of course, even when we were coming up back in 2020, if I wait for the chart to load up, you'll see that we also didn't have an opportunity to find any resistance on the way up as well. So this is an area where there's basically no trading that usually happens. If we enter it from the bottom, we teleport to the top, and vice versa, right? And we also tend to do it very quickly. So that's actually the first thing that I want to talk about, is that, when we cross this, and by the way, it's not just 24. For me, I've been saying for a long time that I believe this range to begin at 22 and end at 28, maybe even higher, closer to 29. Now, this is the thing, is that because this range begins here, and because these moves typically happen very quickly, as you can see last time when we fell down, right? Let's just zoom in and talk about this for a minute before we carry on, because I think it's really important. From the moment we fell below this line, look, we even got our back test, which is pretty crazy. And until we ended up hitting the 22K area, it took us exactly 2 days. Okay, it took us 48 hours. That's very, very quick. And in fact, comparatively, we're going kind of slowly right now. We're actually already at the 2-day mark, and we're only halfway up. I might have to argue that we're going too slowly, ladies and gents, because this is not an area where I'm expecting to find resistance, yet still Bitcoin is actually encountering some trouble. Now, that's just me being the moon boy. Of course, I've got that guy in me, but the other thing that I want you guys to keep in mind right here is are my web pages loading up? One sec. Yeah, they are. Okay, perfect. The other thing that I want you guys to keep in mind, though, is that we are still in a downtrend, and broadly speaking, especially compared to the price action we've seen recently, we are actually, moving pretty quickly. And, this becomes even more apparent if we look at other coins. But real quick, I just want to highlight this to you. From our low to our high, we're up by 28%, and we've done that in exactly 7 days. So that's that's a fairly significant price move for a week of trading. Obviously, coins like Ethereum have really demonstrated this, though. I mean, Ethereum within 5.5 days ended up rising by 63%, so that's more than double what Bitcoin had, and that is very, very crazy. By the way, if you guys remember, I did have this line drawn to show you where I think Ethereum could be going if we got this breakout above this green line. I was very clear about it on this YouTube channel, so shout out to those of you who were subscribed and smashing up the likes while all of that was going on, because we have now reached my range that I said Ethereum would travel in is right here, and we have gone 90% through that range right now. We've only got that final 10% that we haven't done yet, but obviously I think that this is going to come. The thing is yeah, these markets, if you look at that with that percentage gain, are definitely potentially pretty overextended, right? And there's a few more reasons to expect that the market could drop. The dollar right now is in a bit of a pullback, but could the dollar be regaining some strength and getting back above this green line and deeper into the towards the 110 level, which is basically just nearly where the dollar was able to top out about 5-6 days ago. So that's a factor. There's also the S&P 500, which is at resistance. And we know, guys, if the dollar is rallying up, generally that's going to be a bad thing for Bitcoin. And if the S&P 500 is dropping, generally that's also going to be a bad thing for Bitcoin. And the fact is, I mean, up until quite recently, the S&P was doing very, very well. I still think it's doing well, to be honest. But, it did end up encountering a little bit of resistance. Now, I don't think that this is going to be anything big. Honestly, I think the bulk of the resistance has already been breached by the S&P 500, and so I'm going to be expecting that we can move up. And the good news is that, again, this is one of those really big gaps, guys. Take a look at how we moved on the way up. Not only did we form a gap where, this trading took place in how long? This was an 8-day range to move up by 3.5%. You're talking about some of the top 500 companies in the United States, you know, like not a small country either, in the United States, you know, to move up that quickly on an index is absolutely crazy. And then moving down, just take a look at this. I mean, it still gaps down. There's a lot of quite extreme, crazy volatility. Nothing's really happening in this range. And so I think that if the S&P 500 can just climb a little bit higher, we're good. And those are all very good signs for Bitcoin. You see, this is the thing, is that I think overall, you know, are we moving very fast compared to what we've done recently? Yes, obviously we are. We're moving very fast. We haven't had a retracement. We've moved up by 28%. We're due for a retracement. But this is a range where it's going to be very difficult to find resistance, in my opinion. And, you know, I think that that is something that's very important to keep in mind. Now, if we do end up dropping, you know, that is something that I'm going to be keeping in mind. It's very important for me as a trader. You guys know the deal. I was trading this range. I shared those posts inside of VIP and Gold as well. I made that trade on Bybit. And guys, by the way, there's a new link in the description down below where I've actually shown you how to it's in the description. It looks like this, 𝗓𝗡𝗏𝗡𝗏/Bybit, where I'm actually showing you how to get your money. You know, I mentioned on this link you can get over $4,000. I show you how to do it, along with giving you, this is the incorrect link. There it is. That's the correct link. It's 𝗓𝗡𝗏. It's like my channel name. You'll see it in the description. You know, this is where you can see exactly how to get your over $4,000 bonus. Very, very cool indeed. You know, this is the place to be trading, in my opinion, right now. Just go ahead, pause the video, and come right back here, because afterwards, when you're back, I'm going to be talking about how you know, this thing could end up coming back down for support. And the thing is that now that we're above the bulk of this box, to be honest, we're pretty much in the top of this box. I just want to remind you what this looked like back in 2020. Let's wait for this to load up. And all this box was showing us was a resistance range right here, pretty much, where Bitcoin, when it managed to get its initial breakout above $20,000 for the first time ever at the end of 2020, we immediately, within a couple of days, entered this range. Actually, no, it was immediately we entered this range between $22,000 and $24,000. And if you look at this orange line that represents where we're trading right now, this shows you that actually we managed to peak above this area, and we might now kind of be coming back down almost like a dolphin. You see, like we come up, one of my horrible analogies, and we come back down like a dolphin. And the good news here is that our dolphin could be ready to absolutely fuck off into the sky and become a flying spaceship dolphin, because we'd be going to the moon, you know, and all of that could happen purely because we're above our resistance areas. This was an area of resistance that I was anticipating, and now that we are above it, you know, I think we could potentially expect a bounce. Just to show you what that looks like, in case this is a confusing demonstration, because this was one of the weirder things I think I've ever said publicly in my life, talking about dolphins on the Bitcoin chart. Let me show you what that actually means. Is yeah, right here we did have that resistance area. Obviously I'm squashing, you know, like 2 years of price action onto the screen right now, so it looks really strange, but we have managed to peak just above it if you look very carefully at that wick, and so we are now potentially coming back down to get that kind of bounce. Alternatively, if we don't get a bounce off this level, 22k, I think you know, could still be a potential bounce level. This level wasn't hugely significant back in 2020, but if we bring the chart closer to the present day and zoom in onto the 4-hour time frame, you're going to see that this area was, I'm sorry, I'm working with a really bad connection today, guys. It just seems to be this way, but these problems are nearly resolved. Only for 1 or 2 more days am I going to have to deal with this, and then we're back to normal. But this 4-hour time frame right here showing us where you know, we were finding quite a bit of resistance, and so this is naturally an area that would make a lot of sense for a bounce. You know, obviously the kind of sad thing about this is that it's quite far away. If we measure it from our high to our current to where it might be in terms of support, just the way I'm looking at it, 21.7, it's down by about 10-11%. So you know, that is a potential bounce zone, and I don't want to rule it out. I'm curious to see if there's any Fibonacci's that I can throw on this as well at the same time. Yeah, we got a 0.5 down there, we got a 382 here. Nothing crazy though, nothing super significant. Let's just take a look at it this way. Do we have anything here? Yeah, we got the 382 right there. So that's a pretty big deal. So we got a little bit of Fibonacci confirmation there as well. Now, if you don't know what the Fibonacci is, it's a very, very useful tool to gauge how far the market might drop when it's in an uptrend. It's actually one of the most useful tools I've ever seen with Bitcoin, and it's something that I teach you guys how to use from front to end inside of the 𝗧𝗡𝗡𝗧 Academy course that you get when you join VIP for free, depending on which plan you take. Most people who join VIP will be getting it completely free of charge, and all you got to do to reach out is follow these steps on screen. And I just want to let you guys know that right now, to celebrate the amazing success we've just had inside of VIP, we are offering you guys your membership right now today at minus 50% off. You're getting it for half price. This is, I've never actually taken a screenshot like this, but it's a cool feature of Bybit. This is my account right here, and what I was working with. The entry that I mentioned in VIP was about $40 lower. I didn't get to enter at the exact same time that I said I would, unfortunately, but still a very impressive trade nonetheless. The real profit that I should be in is 88%. No problem. I'll take it, losing that 1%. And we've had some very, very cool successes inside of 𝗧𝗡𝗡𝗧 VIP. What I've got coming for you guys later on today, most likely, is another video where I'm actually going to be breaking that trade down completely from A to Z up until where we are right now. Now, this is the kind of extremely exclusive content that I only give to VIPs, but I'm going to be posting that publicly just on this occasion right here. And it's going to be while I'm in the trade. So not after the trade is finished. VIPs get those videos after the trades are finished. This one is going to be while I'm in the trade, so you can really get inside my head, because the thing that I want you guys to know, if you haven't already joined, and those of you who are in VIP are going to know this very, very well now, is that this YouTube channel, the analysis that you see me giving you on these charts and so on, is all about analysis. It's exactly that. It's the analysis. This is the chassis of the beautiful Ferrari car, and the engine, the thing that drives it, that's the trades, and that's what you only see in 𝗧𝗡𝗡𝗧 VIP by following these 3 steps on screen. First link in the description, at 𝗧𝗡𝗡𝗧 button at the bottom of any post inside of 𝗧𝗡𝗡𝗧 Gold, and then send message. This is the only way. These 3 quick clicks is the only way to get inside with your 50% discount today, and that's what I talk about inside of VIP. It's all about the trading strategy. You know, the analysis is one thing, and it's a very important thing, but the trading strategy is what's far, far more important to get right, and this is what I'm going to be talking to you guys about publicly later on today. So just make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss it, and if you want to get all this stuff anyway, you want to be getting it early, you want to be getting everything when it comes out, including the information on my next trades that I've already informed VIPs about, which I want to take, then again, you can just follow these steps on screen and we'll get you right inside. A little bit of a pullback just continuing right here. If we zoom in, let's take a look at what's going on here before I move on. I've spoken to you about where I think the market could end up finding a little bit of support. Yeah, we've got basically, I think if we hold this level right here at 23.3, we're good. If we fall below it, then I think we could be looking at a much more substantial drop. I don't see any support for, and we're probably going to know the answer to this within this video. If Bitcoin doesn't bounce off this level, I don't see, I mean, you could say 22.4 is another area for the price to bounce, but for the most part, I think it is going to start meaning a little bit of trouble for Bitcoin, at least in the short term. But again, these things are completely fine. It wouldn't be a problem to me if Bitcoin ended up falling all the way down here. It's done so well already, for a rally. And so, if we do end up just getting that retracement down and finding support, if anything, that is actually going to make me much, much, much more bullish. If we end up hitting that, kind of $28,000 price range up here, that's going to make me much more bullish if we ended up doing something. The breakout point was here. If we end up doing something a little bit like this, or maybe even deeper, and then we come back up, that is just my ultimate wet dream, really. There's nothing better that I could imagine, and I'm definitely going to be expecting that Bitcoin is going to get pretty high up into the 30K range from there, and then we can start bringing out the lotion, ladies and gents. Well, gents, really. I don't think ladies. Anyway, do you know the funny thing about this YouTube channel, guys, is, see, I'm growing up and more people know me every single day, but I'm still the same real guy, right? Like, I'm still the 20-year-old idiot that's just fucking around having a good time and trading. And so what the line that I'm balancing is being me, being an idiot, versus being professional. And it's a very delicate, because I want to impress you guys, but I don't want to, I don't want to bore myself. I don't need to be a YouTuber. I do this because, in large part because it's fun. It's great to get behind the microphone. So it's a funny thing. You've probably noticed it if you've been watching the channel for a while. I've had to tighten up and be more corporate and sensible, and I understand it. This is what happens when you grow up. But anyway, let's keep it on topic. I've spoken to you about the S&P resistance. Again, the other thing that I just want to make sure that we are very well aware of, I think I talk about this like multiple times in every video, to be honest, and that is because it is just so significant, is that empty gap that we've basically got between $24,000 and $28,000, right? Again, I mean, there is really nothing going on here. And so, if Bitcoin does have these temporary setbacks and whatever, I'm just not going to be worried, because as far as areas go where we shouldn't really expect much of a problem, this is the best one that we've got on the entire chart, in my opinion. I mean, this is a really, really nice big range, and it's something which I think, the market could be able to travel through pretty well. Now, one of the things that could be holding us back is, Ethereum doesn't have this kind of setup right now. I mean, Ethereum has pretty much already done the big gain that it could do, and I want to show you that chart just zoomed out for a minute as well, because I think this is a really important one to be taking a look at. It actually has multiple ranges, but this is kind of its big gap. If you look at the chart right here, to me this looks like Bitcoin's gap between from this line here up to this line here. It looks like Bitcoin's gap from $22,000 to $30,000. Obviously there is another big gap right here between these two yellow boxes. So this is between $1,800 and $2,500. This is another very big gap, but there is resistance right here. So Ethereum encounters resistance very, very soon compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't really have any more resistance up ahead the way I'm seeing it, but Ethereum has quite a big range, and you can see that with these reversals. I mean, these were not small, support hits. I mean, this is quite a substantial support area, or it was a substantial support area, and so now, I am going to be taking it seriously, and I don't know if that's going to be causing any problems, but we'll see about that. Let's bring us back to Bitcoin, though. There's a few more things that I want to show you right here before I carry on. And it is going to be all to do with these shorter term indicators now, just to see where a little bit of support might be for this market. So what we've got here on the 1 hour time frame with our Ichimoku cloud is a little bit of support. Let's just wait for this to load up to see exactly where it is. Yeah, the cloud is widening, so that's nice, and we've got it stretching between 22.4 up to 23.2. So this is a pretty nice little support range right here. Let's take a look at this on the 4 hour time frame and see if this tells us something. I think we've probably got a very nice cloud developed on the 4 hour as well now, although it's going to be much further away and much lower. So this cloud stretching between 21.5 and 22, which is this is Bitcoin's best area of support that it has right now, in my opinion. I don't know, this is the thing. Like I said, long term, it's the best thing Bitcoin can do is if it falls down to this area. But I like seeing that I'm in a 90% profit. I can't lie. I got to be honest with you guys. I'm quite happy with my position. I don't want to see it drop. I have got my stop loss and a profit, and I've been taking profits all the way up. I've been securing these gains. You guys know the deal if you're in VIP. I'm not here to play around, guys. When I'm trading, I'm here to make fucking money. I'm not here to post like shit post on Twitter. I'm not here to just be in for an emotional ride and only trade to tell people about it, or all the weird things that people do when they're traders. Like, no, I'm just here to make a shitload of cash, and one of the only ways that I know how to do that is by being safe. If you're not safe, you can keep making good trades and you will keep losing your money, and so it won't matter. I know many people that have made way more money than me much faster, and absolutely every single one of them ends up losing more than me as well. So you know what? And to the point where I end up further ahead. Like, yeah, I didn't make the crazy, gain that someone else might have made, but 12 months later, we're both still in the game, because let's be honest, people don't commit to their exit plans. 12 months later, we're both still in the game, and I'm ahead because I'm exercising risk management, because I'm taking profits on my profitable positions, because I'm cutting my losses short as quickly as I can. These are really, really important things which VIPs have been able to see in real time, and they get my updates on that strategy as it evolves for every trade I make, and that includes the next trade which I'm going to be making as well. So do take advantage of that huge discount while it is available. You're getting 50% off right there. But moving us back to this Ichimoku cloud, this, just want to make sure we're still recording. Yes, we are. This looking very, very nice indeed, although it is a little bit far away. It's about 5 days away, so if we do end up on a slow decline, this would work out very well. Honestly, I don't think the market's going to be doing anything slow for a while, but maybe I'm wrong. Take a look at momentum though, and obviously this is going to be a lot closer to the trend right now. So 4-hour EMA ribbon already stretching up to 22.6. This allows us to have quite a deep, quick cut in the market and then still be okay, and this kind of bump and run would also be completely fine in my opinion. Let's look at this on the daily. Are we in that resistance band? Probably yes, probably at the top of the resistance band on the daily time frame. Yeah, right there. Wow, yeah, we are right at the top. We've already kind of broken out. So to be fair, I mean, that is the most strength that we've shown with this daily EMA ribbon since the spread was large. We haven't been able to punch this deep into the EMA ribbon, and especially considering that the spread is huge right now, you know, that is very, very significant. So I'm liking the look of that, and I think if we're able to, this is the thing, is if we're able to just swing above, this is the only thing that matters right now in these kind of trends, guys, is we just got to swing above the prior high. We just have to swing above the prior high. If we manage to get above this high, we start flying. That's how you think of it. If we get above the high, we start to fly. I just thought of that on the spot, and I'm pretty proud of that. 1 hour EMA ribbon also giving us some really, really good support. So, you know, with these very, very short-term signs, we're good. We're in a good position, ladies and gents. And so that is very, very cool. Now, the other thing that I want to try is, and I can't show you this while I'm on video, so bear with me, is actually... and see this disclaimer? This disclaimer is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You know, like back in the day, everyone used to love me when I wrote stuff like, you know, don't be a bloody idiot. Like, it was just funny, right? I mean, like, you know, if you have a sense of humor and you're just chill about stuff in life, you're not going to care about stuff like that. But I'm not supposed to write stuff like that anymore. And so it's a funny position, but I'm super happy to talk about it and be public about it anyway. This is something that I'm quite excited to show you guys. I'm just gonna put this on screen, and I don't know if you guys remember it. Let me know in the comments. I'm not gonna say anything about it right now. This is a very, very cool indicator that combines a lot of different things that I like to use in my trading and my analysis, all in one place. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm very curious to see how many of you guys actually know. I'll give you a hint. It is something which we have used on this channel before. Some of you even have access to it. So let me know if you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say more than that. It is actually starting to fire off some signs that we could be getting ready for at least some sort of temporary correction. Whether that means we trade sideways or go down, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think it is still all looking really, really good. I'm not going to talk more about this one just for now. But yeah, I am liking the look of this overall. There's a lot more space to go. I'm not worried. Are we going quickly? Absolutely. Do we need a pullback? No. Are we going to get one? It kind of looks like it right now. You know, so that's the situation that I'm seeing right now. You've got two amazing videos upcoming to make sure that you are subscribed for. The first one is the full breakdown of how I got to this trade. Ladies and gents, I have nearly doubled my money on this trade, and I only entered it. I mean, let's see, the last time the price was at $21,000. 21 was right here. I only entered this trade 2.5 days ago. So I entered this trade 2.5 days ago, and I've doubled my money. I'm going to show you absolutely every single detail for how I entered this trade, why I entered this trade, all the same stuff that VIPs get. That's going to be coming out later tonight. And crucially, probably my favorite part about the video was just before, while I was planning this video, I asked our lead analyst inside of 𝗬𝗢𝗡𝗧𝗏 VIP, what do you think I should include? And you know, one of the things that VIP members get when I enter a trade is I tell them, here are the reasons that I think I should enter this trade, and here are the reasons that I think I shouldn't enter this trade. And that second section is very important, because if the trade ends up failing, you know, I have a log of every reason that I should have entered each trade and every reason that I shouldn't, every significant reason that I feel is significant enough to write, and I can start noticing patterns, and then in a winning trade, a trade like I have right now where my stop loss is in a profit, it's not possible for me to lose money. And I've already secured my, huge gains already. And I've shared it all in VIP in real time. In a situation like this, I want to know the reasons that I thought I shouldn't take this trade as well, because I want to know, well, I can doubt myself less in these instances in the future. For example, there's a lot that goes into it. Trading is not easy, but I'm showing you how I'm doing it. I'm still a student of the market. You best believe I'm always going to be a student of the market. It's always been that way. It will always be that way. There's no other way to be successful in these markets other than to be a student. I really hope that if there's only one thing you ever take away from this YouTube channel, it is that you must always remain a student of the market. And the moment you stop being a student and the moment you're a fucking smart guy is about 5 steps before you end up losing a lot of money. Please keep that in mind. I'm sure you've experienced that already. I certainly have. So it's pretty easy for me to talk about it. All right, guys, you know what to do if you've enjoyed this video. Hit up the likes, subscribe, tick the bell, do all that good stuff. Get yourself inside a VIP if you want to take advantage of this massive discount, and your $4,000, potentially even more, potentially less, is waiting for you when you sign up for Bybit using my link in the description. Just check out that link in the description to see this page where I show you how to claim your money as well. It's one of the it's above the normal Bybit link. It's directly above the normal Bybit link. It's very, very obvious. There's lightning bolts next to it, so you can't miss it. All right, guys, hope you've enjoyed this one, and I'm out. Bye bye.